How do you build the truly unforgettable spectacle? You know, one of those moments that just sticks with you? Well, sometimes it's not about the cast of thousands. It's about a few key lines and the perfect sounds. So today, we're going to break down one of the most epic entrances in film history, Cleopatra's arrival in Rome, to see how power and perception are built from the ground up, starting with just one incredible sentence.
And it all kicks off with this. Just let that line sink in for a second. This isn't just some casual observation. This is a history-making statement. The speaker is immediately framing this moment on a mythic level, comparing Cleopatra's entrance not to another festival or military parade, but to the very founding of Rome itself. And that sets the stage for everything that follows. It's kind of wild how much is packed into that one sentence, right? It's the entire bedrock for the spectacle we're about to witness. It really is a Rome-defining moment. So let's dig into why that comparison is just so incredibly powerful. I mean, think about the sheer guts of this comparison. You're putting a political parade on the same level as the divine origin story of Rome. Romulus and Remus, these guys were considered sons of a god. So to say that this event is the biggest thing to happen since them, you're basically telling the audience that history is being rewritten right here, right now. It's just an amazing way to frame the entire scene. Okay, but it's not just about what people are saying. For a moment, just listen. Before we even get a good look at anyone, the sound itself is telling a huge story. It is, quite literally, the sound of power. So what are we actually hearing?
Well, it really boils down to two main things, doesn't it? You've got that sweeping, triumphant music, and you have the roar of the crowd. And these are not just background ambience. You gotta think of them as characters in the scene, shaping how we're supposed to feel before we even know what's going on.
The music? Yeah, that gives us a sense of grandeur, for sure. But the cheers. The cheers are doing all the heavy lifting politically. Just imagine if the crowd was dead silent. That would signal fear, maybe even resentment. But this roar, this is the sound of a city that has been totally and utterly won over. This is overwhelming public approval. So, we've got this massive, citywide, epic atmosphere. But then, the camera's focus and our focus zooms right in. We go from this giant crowd to a single personal observation about the man at the very center of it all. And just listen to how that line is delivered. It's repeated, how unafraid he is. It's said with this sense of complete awe. Of all the things you could notice, the gold, the spectacle, the power, why is that the first thing that someone points out? And here's why that is so important. In this parade of unbelievable wealth and pageantry, the first thing a citizen comments on isn't his money, but his character. For Roman, virtues, that mix of courage and excellence, was everything. So this comment isn't just a compliment, it's a validation. It says he's not just powerful, he's worthy. He's got the right stuff. And now, finally, the focus shifts one more time. We move from the leader to the queen herself, and maybe even more importantly, to the relationship that's being created between her and the people of Rome in this very instant. This is such a subtle but absolutely brilliant little bit of dialogue. It's a tiny call and response. One person makes this grand statement, and for just a split second, another one questions it. People? It's like they're asking, wait, does she really see us, the common people? And that firm, confident yes is the final piece of the puzzle.
And this is what that little exchange is really all about. It shows the final step of the whole spectacle. See, it's not enough for powerful people to just show up. The crowd has to accept them. This back and forth confirms that a connection has been made. She isn't just marching past them, she has come to them. The spectacle has now become a shared moment.
Okay, so we've got this mythic scale, a soundscape of triumph, a sharp focus on the leader's character, and then this final confirmation of public acceptance. We have all the individual ingredients. So, what happens when you put it all together? Because this isn't just a great scene in the movie. This is a masterclass. It's a playbook for how you build a spectacle, to project an image, to manage perception, and at the end of the day, to demonstrate pure, unadulterated power. So here it is, the blueprint for pulling off the perfect spectacle. Step 1, establish that mythic scale. Make it feel like history. Step 2, build the atmosphere with sound. Let them hear the triumph. Step 3, define your leader with a core virtue. And finally, step 4, get that public buy-in. Show the people accepting the moment. Each piece builds perfectly on the one before it. And what we've just been breaking down? Yeah, it has a name. Political theater. It's this core idea that power isn't just something you have in a vault somewhere. It's something you have to perform out in the open. It's all about the stories you tell in the public square. And this scene is the ultimate example. An event that is so carefully orchestrated to inspire, to overwhelm, and to legitimize power. Which leaves us with one last big question to chew on. This whole spectacle, every single piece of it, is designed to create adoration, not fear. It makes the case that the most lasting kind of power is the kind that people welcome with open arms, not the kind that's forced on them. But is that always true? This scene argues for one side pretty powerfully, but it's a timeless question about leadership that, we're all still trying to figure out. What do you think?